back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. My name is AJ, one of the hosts here, and today we're going to take a look at the technical side of Bitcoin, and we're going to take a look at what happened yesterday to the price of Bitcoin, because we did have some important data that came out, which, as I'm sure you are all aware of now, that was a 25 basis point rate hike, which is in the looking in the shorter term, we can look at this as being fairly bullish, and this is why we see the market tending to pump coming into the 25 basis point rate hike and then pump afterwards. But then once the realization kicks in that the Fed is still increasing rates, the price tends to pull back. And this is exactly what's happened. And this is exactly what has happened. And this is what I'm going to talk about today. And I'm going to talk about where I expect the price to go, because if you watched the live stream from 2 days ago, you will know that I'm currently in a short position. So we will jump straight into the charts, but please, before we do that, make sure you smash a like on this video. It really helps me out, really helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. So jumping straight on into the charts, taking a look at the 1-day chart. Okay, actually, let's take a look at the 4-hour quickly. Okay, let's have a look at the 4-hour. So yesterday, okay, what we did see before coming into this FOMC meeting is exactly what I expected to happen. Okay, exactly what I expected to happen. And that was that we were going to pump coming into it. Okay, pump coming into that FOMC meeting. But then afterwards, okay, once the realization sets in, we were going to see a pullback. And as we can see, that's exactly what happened. Okay, we did pump coming into it. And then once that realization, and even the price was still up here before the FOMC meeting, but then once we got that confirmed 25 basis point rate hike, we did see that price pull back, which is to be expected. Okay, I've been telling you I'm expecting a pullback from this this FOMC meeting, this 25 basis point rate hike. It wasn't as a dramatic pullback as I would have expected, because previously we've seen much bigger pullbacks. However, the pullback could still be in play, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so we did get that pullback like I expected. As I said, not as dramatic as I expected it to be, but we could still see the price pull back. Okay, we could still see the price continue to pull back, and this is what I'm expecting to happen because I'm still in that short position. Okay, reason being the reason why I've entered into this short position, okay, is because we are seeing the price come into this major resistance right here. Okay, we got a 25 basis point rate hike, but also if we're pulling up the RSI and even the CVD as well, okay, what we can see, let's just make this a little bit harsher for you so you can actually see it. Let's increase the size of this line as well so we can see the CVD a bit as well. But what we can see is price action chart is forming higher highs, and you can see, okay, forming higher highs, okay, right here, coming into this resistance, okay, and then on the RSI, we were forming lower lows, okay. Bearish divergence coming into resistance. What tends to happen when that occurs? Well, we tend to see a pullback, okay, and this is exactly what we traded back here. Okay, we traded this and we shorted this area here. Why? Okay, why did we short this? Well, we were forming a bearish divergence coming into a major resistance level. Okay, so there I was looking at the price pulling back. Okay, so we entered into this short up here. We looked for the reaction. What was the reaction off of this level? Well, it was a slight pullback. Okay, you could have even entered at this area here or added to that short position. For me, I didn't add to that short position. I already entered a hefty amount up here. Okay, and that pullback continued. Okay, and I was telling you I'm taking profits on the way down. Okay, and then I finally told you that I took 100% profits at this level here. Okay, at 21,466. We can actually see the price did go slightly below that level. Okay, I didn't expect the price to go below that level because it was a major support level. Okay, but that's why I took profits there. We missed out on some profits, but that's not what we're here for. Okay, we're not here to look back on things and think, oh, if I left that trade open, I could have made a little bit more profit. No, we're taking all of the risk out of the trade, okay? Because what happened is that the trade did then reverse, and we saw another big push towards the upside, okay? But we're forming the exact same thing right now that we formed right here, and this is why I think a pullback is in play, okay? Now, I still think we're in a bull market, okay? I still, we're in this bull market, okay? I was very, very bearish previously. Why was I very bearish? Well, we were below $25,000, $25,200. But I was saying back then, if we can break above $25,200, then I think, $30,000 is the next place we're going to go, towards the upside. Okay, of course we could have a pullback and then we go to 30,000. Okay, but initially I think that next level that we're looking at on the higher side is 30,000. Okay, whether we go from here to 30,000 or we have a pullback, bounce off $25,200 and then go to 30,000. Okay, we don't know how that's going to play out, but as of right now, I'm expecting a slight pullback from here. Okay, and then of course we have to look at where we're going to take profit. Okay, if this trade is successful. Okay, remember, invalidation, like I told you 2 days ago, is a break above $28,837. Okay, so this level right here, if we get a candle break above that, I'm exiting that trade. Why? Well, we've broken above this resistance. Where is the next level we're going to? Well, the next level we're most likely going to go to is probably 32,287, looking at this daily chart. But first, I would expect $30,600 to be tapped. So that's where I'd expect the price to go next if we were to break above 28,876. Okay, so that's the invalidation. But the take profits, okay, of course, we're coming down. If we're going to come down into support, I'm going to take profit as support. Not 100% profit, maybe I'll take 10%, maybe I'll take 20%. The majority of the time, I'll take like 25%, okay, at a support level. Okay, and the next support level we have below us is $25,200. Okay, so that would be a take profit for me. Okay, once that take profit is hit, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to move my stop loss to entry. Currently, I've got a 10% stop loss. My entry is at $28,200. Okay, because I stagnated the shorts. Okay, between these two resistance levels right here. So my average entry is $28,800. Okay, my first TP that I have is $25,200. If that's tapped, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to take 25% profit, 20 to 25% profit off the trade, move that stop loss to entry, so there is zero risk within that trade now. Okay, right now I have risk of losing 10% of the capital that I put into this trade. Okay, but once we hit a stop loss, what do we do? Sorry, not a stop loss. Once we hit a take profit, what do we do? Well, we move that stop loss to entry. Okay, so there's no way that we can turn this winning trade into a losing trade. Okay, and this winning trade is going to stay a winning trade because we've taken slight profits. Okay, so the level that I'm looking at next for Bitcoin is actually $25,200. I'm expecting a pullback from to that level. Okay, because coming into major resistance, forming a bearish divergence. Okay, it's happened right here. We've had a pullback. Okay, and even looking at the weekly chart as well, it wouldn't be so bad to have a pullback to 25,000 and then bounce up to 30,000. That would be nice. Why would that be nice? Well, it would give us a nice long entry potentially down here where we could enter into a long and ride that up to 30,000. Okay, so it's not all bad. Okay, we're just looking to take advantage of these moves. And for me, right now, I would expect to pull back to $25,200 and then a potential bounce from there. That's why I want to take profits. But I'm also going to leave a lot in the trade as well, because if this support level is broken, where could we go to? Well, we could go to $21,473. Okay, we could go down there if we do break $25,200. Okay, so that's why I would leave, capital within that trade. Okay, to take advantage of that if that were to happen. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at next. I'm looking at that pullback. Okay, and then I'm going to take profit here if that TP is hit, leave some left in the trade to take advantage of a potential next pullback. Okay, or we have that stop loss at entry just to protect ourselves if the price does reverse. Okay, but initially right now, the price is looking very bullish in the medium to long term now because we're above $25,200. But we need to stay above that. That's what we need to do. We need to stay above that. Okay, I do think I've been saying this for a very long time. I think we can be within this bull market if we're going to remain above 25,000, get above $25,200, and remain above $25,200. Okay, we have to remain above it. If we break back below $25,200, then I can get bearish again, and then I can be looking at lower prices. Okay, I know that there's a lot going on right now, especially with the banks. Okay, especially with the banks. What was it? Three or four of the biggest banks are having to be bailed out. Okay, the Fed is still increasing rates as well. That is very bearish for the market. Okay, that is still very bearish for the market. But we are seeing Bitcoin um, as a hedge against the banks. Okay, that's what Bitcoin is designed to be. So this is why we are seeing Bitcoin have this push towards the upside whilst these banks are failing. Okay, but is reality going to kick in? Okay, that's what we have to be aware of. Is the reality going to kick in, and are we going to continue lower if the Fed is going to continue to increase rates? Okay, looking at this, as we can see here, it came in as forecasted, so 25 basis points. When have we got the next one? Let's have a look. So 5 weeks, 6 days, 5 hours and 27 minutes. That's May the 3rd is the next FOMC meeting. Okay, again, it's either going to be a 25 or a nothing. Okay, as of right now, either no increase or a 25 basis point rate hike. So that's a long way away, yes, but that's going to be very, very important as well. And now we're just going to have to see how the market reacts to this 25 basis point rate hike. We've seen a slight pullback, okay, but is this pullback going to continue? And to be honest with you, I don't really care where the price goes. I'm just going to act on where the price goes. Okay, don't care if we're in a bear market. Don't care if we're in a bull market. I'm just going to look at the charts, look at what the charts are telling me, and trade on what the charts are telling me. Okay. So right now, even pulling up this SR channel, okay, which shows us sort of major support levels. Okay, we can see $25,200 is that next major support level. Okay, so if we are going to get a rejection from here, which as of right now, it looks like we're getting a slight rejection, then this is the next level I'm looking at. Okay, then where is that next level if we break lower? Well, that's 21,473. And this SR channel is showing us that as well, because we have a green box here as well at that level. Okay, so if we're going to get rejected from here, which I'm expecting we do, then I'm looking at $25,200. If we break below that, then I'm looking at 21,473. I break below that, and then we're looking at lower prices as well. 20,000, potentially 18 to 19,000, then even 15 to 16,000. Okay. But that's only if we break these support levels. There is the invalidation. As I said, if we break above 28,876, we get a candle break above that. Then I'll be looking at $30,600. And then if we get above that, I'm looking at $32,384. Okay. So I'm just, level to level trading. We break levels towards the upside, we're going higher. Okay. If we get rejected from levels, if we get rejected from a level, we're going lower. If we break that lower support, okay, then we're going lower as well. Okay, that's all I'm looking at here, and I'm using other tools to help me determine whether the price is going to break above, or whether the price is going to get rejected from that level, or whether the price is going to hold support at that level. Okay, and we can look at it very clearly here. Okay, this is exactly what I did last time. We even had a fib level coming in here as well. But just to go over it again, what was it? Okay, we were forming higher highs price action charts, okay, and lower lows on the RSI, coming into major bearish divergence, coming into this major resistance level. Okay, what did we do? We shorted that. We made a really, really nice short, over 100% profit on that trade. Okay, so I'm looking to do the exact same thing here. Okay, take some really, really nice profits off this trade if it is successful. Okay, but it is just a waiting game now. I'm in that trade, just sitting on this trade, waiting to see what happens. Is it going to get invalidated? And then I can look at potentially longing, or are we going to hit that TP, okay, where we can take profit, move that stop loss to entry, and then potentially look at the price bouncing from there or moving lower. Okay, that's what we have to determine. But we have to reevaluate once the price does something, either invalidates the trade or hits that TP. Okay, so that's all I'm waiting on now. And that's pretty much everything I've got for you for Bitcoin. So let's take a look at the DXY quick. DXY looking bullish in Bitcoin time, okay, because DXY is pulling back. This is what we want to see. We've broken the support here. So where am I looking at? Well, I'm looking at the DXY coming to 101, which is very, very bullish for Bitcoin if that is the case. However, the inverse correlation isn't 100% there right now. but initially we are still inversely correlated to the DXY. We've had this pullback. What's the DXY done? Well, the DXY has had a slight push towards the upside. Okay, remember, yes, we've broken support here, so I'm looking at this level here, but there is a possibility we could come and retest previous support as resistance and then continue lower. Okay, and if the DXY pushes up to here, Bitcoin would most likely have a pullback, potentially back down to $25,200. Okay, then if we get a rejection from there and come to 101, Bitcoin would most likely bounce off $25,200 and then move much higher. Potentially coming back to where we are now, back up to 28,000, breaking 28,870, whatever it is, and moving higher, okay, to potentially even 30,000, 30,600, 32,000, okay. But we'll have to see how the DXY does, what the DXY does as well. Okay, looking at the traditional markets, we're seeing again, I've been telling you, if we hold this level here, okay, if we hold this major support level, traditional markets are going to bounce and probably bounce up to this major resistance here. However, if we break towards the down, if we break the support towards the downside, then we're most likely coming to $3,750. Okay, but that's not the case. What happened is that we've held the support, we're bouncing. Okay, so now we're looking at higher for the traditional markets. But again, we have to be careful with the fundamentals. This is, I'm only looking at the charts here, okay, but we have to factor in the fundamentals as well, okay, because the fundamentals the fundamentals do outweigh the technicals. And if the banks are failing, there's a possibility that we could see there's a high possibility we could see a big crash within the traditional markets, which, from there, we will have to reevaluate whether Bitcoin is going to follow the traditional markets, because it tends to be correlated to the traditional markets, as we know. But if banks are failing, where are people going to have to where can people put their money that is a safe haven against the banks failing? Well, that's Bitcoin. Okay, so we have to look at that and think, is Bitcoin going to follow the traditional market in this instant, or is this going to be where we part ways with the traditional markets, and traditional markets go into a longer term bear market, and whilst Bitcoin begins its bull market? Okay, so this is what we will have to reevaluate, but we also need to wait and see what happens with any other banks. Okay, see if this happens, see if it's a sort of a domino effect. Okay, we'll have to wait and see what sort of news comes out. But again, right now for Bitcoin, expecting a pullback, just because we're coming into major resistance, forming bearish divergences. So a pullback is something I would expect. But yeah, we'll have to see, and of course I'll keep you updated with this trade that I'm in right now. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next live stream. Hope you enjoyed. Please make sure you smash a like on this video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.